3 out of 1. I was down a little bit there on it. Getting into that mentality, getting into that focus, utilizing this universe. What kind of challenges are you facing off against today? What type of things are you working on? What type of place are you looking to go? When we ask ourselves this question, is what I'm doing today, is it motivation? Is it meditation? Is it inspiration? If it's not one of the three, I don't want it. I had a request, talk about a couple different subjects, talk about diet, talk about, what I utilize on a daily. I use a couple different, shakes. I do creatine, protein, BCAA. I do a green vibrance and a maximum vibrance, a morning shake company called Fruitine. And so here we are with a live video, and here we are getting into mentality. We search for what we're looking for inside of ourselves very often. We search for the ability to become instead of enjoy. And there's a lot of times in life where when we forget to enjoy, we lose on the best things. We lose out on the ability inside of ourselves to grow, inside of ourselves to expand, inside of ourselves to manifest. And you might be going through a challenge today. You might be in a place in your life where the things that you face off against, a lot of people, they look at my videos, they say, oh, poor you. Yesterday I was out, praying and grabbed some pizza, and there's a homeless guy. He came up to us and we started talking about stories, found out his story is very similar. And that the challenges that we're facing off against are very similar. We all think it's, somebody else is facing off against it, somebody else's problems, right? What about yours? What about your place inside? What about your mentality? What about the things that you go through, and we all try to be, separate and special for this and special for that. What about us being out there all together? What about the ability to focus past the challenges within each of us to see that we're all gifted, I'm grateful for the challenges that I faced off against, the things that I've been through, I'm grateful that I slept in a van for 2 months, I did meditation in a sauna, broke barriers that other people, they say are impossible. And but the things that are impossible become possible when your mindset is right, when your ability inside of who you are starts to become right. I'm wearing this shirt out there on the street and talking to this guy, and he says, and I said to him, I said, look at this, motivation, meditation, inspiration. This is what I ask myself every single day, and what I've started to realize, it's not for somebody else to lift you up. It's for you to start to want it for yourself. It's just the little bits that you put in. It's just a little bit of time to ask that type of a question to yourself. It's simple. If you have nothing, you have a beautiful platform to start from. Are you using your platform? Are you using your gifts? Are you using your talents? You see here, and so this is what I want to share with you. That homeless guy that came up to me, I told him, if you really want it, if you want to get after it, if you want to possibly make a way to get out of it, you could do that. You could. But you gotta be willing to, pick up that pen and paper and, just go down to the 7-Eleven, start writing down some goals. You got to start putting it in front of yourself. You got to decide it's not somebody else that can do it for me. I'm not going to blame other things, And the interesting thing is, in certain ways, he was right. He told me, he said, I blame technology for this. But throughout time, we still see people that have faced off against those kinds of challenges. We've seen people that have had challenges and are still facing off against them today. We see people that are going through different things, and then they have to come up with an excuse like a ghost. You know, you are that blessing in this universe. You know, it's not for you to forget. You know, it's not for you to stop yourself. It's not for you to hold yourself back, you know. It's when you start using your gifts and your talents is when you start manifesting from within who you are. And so I just want to share with you guys what I told him. Okay? You know, as we're there on the curb and, you know, I'm grabbing pizza and I'm just sitting there, I started to be, you know, he asked for, you know, if there was any, if we could get, if he had any money or food or anything. And we were grabbing a pizza and we grabbed that pizza and I said, yes, I want to give you a slice. I'm going to give you a couple slices of pizza here. And out of water, I gave him my water as well. And, you know, I'm sitting there on the side and he starts to tell me about how his wife had cancer, about how he had become divorced, how he had to work through his challenges, you know. I'm sitting there and I'm like, you know what? Why don't we pray with you? Why don't we sit here? Why don't we enjoy the time that we have? Why don't we get down with that part of inside of ourselves and start to see the gifts, the talents. You know what I'm saying? And so I'm sitting here with this guy and we start praying with each other, right? And you know, he says, you know, you're doing the work of the Creator. You know, you're out here, you're truly doing it. You know, you're truly doing what you're speaking. You know, you're out there, you know, making sure that, you know, the universe is working. You know, we can do that in our lives, my friends. You know, we can be the arms and the feet. We can sing the song. We can communicate. We can utilize this universe. We can start to see the gifts. We can share the talents that we have, you know. And as my friend was there with me, and she says, you know, you just gave him about $10 worth of pizza. And I'm like, that's the point. The point is that this universe is so wealthy that you even being in it is a blessing. The joy that we have, the joy to be who we are, the things that we go through, the places, the challenges that we go through, are so that we can relate to one another, that we can face off against our things, that we can find a way to focus, that we could find a way to get back up, you know. And as he left, as he left there, you know, I explained to him that it's inside of yourself that you could pick yourself up. It's inside of who you are that you could find a way. See what I'm saying? Do you believe in yourself at that point? Do you believe in yourself with that kind of ability? Do you believe in yourself that you can manifest, okay, what you want in your life? See, that's what I'm talking about today. That's what motivation, meditation, and inspiration is about. It's about you finding yourself. It's about you finding your purpose. It's about you finding your journey. Seeing that it's okay if our butts get kicked. It's okay if we find ourselves facing off against challenges. It's also okay for us to build the mentality to make it through the challenges. And are you doing that? Are you finding the way to make it through your challenges? Are you finding the way to be who you are on the inside? Are you finding the way to overcome the things that you go through? You know what I'm saying? And so what a wonderful story it was to be able to share, to be able to be a part of a beautiful blessing. You know, the guy was 69 years old. A lot of people, they talk about what if Jesus this, what if Jesus that. What if that was Jesus? What if that was Jesus? You hearing what I'm saying? You know, we ask the questions instead of take care of one another. We seek out other people to become the miracles. Why are we not trying to become them ourselves? Why are we not trying to utilize our gifts and our talents? How do we start building with that kind of mentality? How do we start building with that kind of ability? You know, I've done things that people called impossible. But are they really impossible? Is it possible that, you might be going through some challenges today that nobody else could face off against you? Is it possible that you could have a positive mentality, that you could possibly find a way to overcome those challenges within your mind? You know what I'm saying? As I'm sitting there on the side of the curb and as I'm explaining to this guy that the only person who could pull himself out of it is inside of who we are. It's inside of that place that I ask this question every day. Is what I'm doing today, is it motivation? See, I could put out video after video after video, and there was a period of time where I was down. I was sick. I didn't feel good. I was down for about a week. I'm back on top of it. I'm getting these videos back out there. I'm getting after it. I'm uplifting. I'm getting the mentality going, the ability inside of who we are. Sometimes our bodies, they need rest, my friends. Sometimes your minds need rest. Sometimes you need the ability inside of yourself to find a way, okay? And when we do that, then those opportunities start showing up. Then those abilities inside of who we are, I'm looking at an amazing group of people, motivation, meditation, inspiration. I'm looking at people that are starting to say to themselves, let's go ahead and try this. Let's go ahead and just pick it up and ask the question, is what I'm doing today, is it motivation? Is it meditation? Is it inspiration? Like over 11,000 strong we got. Motivation, meditation, inspiration on our Facebook. Over 11,000 people. You see what I'm saying? Changing the world's mentality. Changing the ability around us, that what is inside of us vibrates. And what is it that's inside of you that vibrates? What is it that makes you? Almost 12,000 followers on Facebook. You see what I'm saying? Almost 12,000 followers. We're talking about motivation. We're talking about meditation. We're talking about inspiration. What more could you ask for in your day? What more could you ask for in your mentality? What more could you ask for to become? And that's what I'm seeking out today. I'm seeking out that crew, those people that are asking those types of questions. I am amazed by the challenges that we face off against on a daily basis. I'm amazed by the ability inside of ourselves, those people that don't know how to overcome, don't know how to face off against it. And do I have something to share with you? Yes, I do. You are the way out. You are the gifts. You have the talents. You have the abilities. You can manifest. You can overcome your challenges, but you got to believe in yourselves. You got to believe that you have what it takes. You got to believe that you can overcome, that you can manifest from within. And I seek out that kind of challenges too. I seek out that kind of place. I see those people, I see those faces, I see all those people seeking out after something. What if you were that thing that you're seeking out after? What if you were that thing that you were facing off against? What if you are that person, that place? I see you out on Twitch, on Facebook, YouTube. I see you guys hearing this message, hearing this grind, hearing this place inside of ourselves, and asking these questions. If all those people can hear what you have to say, and you are beautiful, you do have what it takes, you do have what it means to be you, you do have an ability inside of yourself, you guys do have gifts, you do have talents, you are worthy of being who you are. And I see a lot of people who stop themselves before it even becomes possible. Why? Why do they stop their mentality from staying positive? Why do they, like, when you see some beautiful place, do you